Hello children, welcome back to our English corner. Right, what topic we are going to read today? A new topic? Yes, grammar. Children, why grammar is important here? Why grammar is important? What is the role of grammar in language? First, before learning in a topic, we have to look very detailed into why we are learning that topic, what is the use of the topic and everything related to the topic. Then we will go inside the topic, right? Grammar. What is the role of grammar in language? Grammar includes the rules for correct writing, speaking. Okay, then what else is there in language? For writing and speaking, for listening also, right? When you are listening a new word, for example, peace, you have to understand the meaning of peace in different way. Maybe peace represent silence also, and peace represent a small gram which mummy used to cook in kitchen, right? So there are two different pieces here. You have to understand it properly in a sentence while you are listening and when you are seeing, when you are writing, when you are speaking. So grammar is important in all possible ways. Grammar guides you how a language should be written and spoken in a correct way. Grammar includes instruction also, how a language should be used correctly. Children, can you able to understand why we have to learn grammar? Right? Shall we move to the next slide? So, two reasons, possibly it improves the clarity in writing, right? Why good grammar matters? Or it creates clarity when you read something and you didn't have a clue, right? Then if something is not clear, I said an example, peace and peace, right? Sounds the same but different meaning. At that time you will get confused. See here, puzzled. The word puzzled here refers confusion. We have all puzzled by the instruction or terms or conditions, right? So whatever you are speaking, your writing should be very clear to the audience. It has to reach the other person to whom you are talking. It has to reach the person to whom you are reading what you are writing. Children, so make it clear that grammar is used to write a language in a very clarified manner, right? Next is, it avoids ambiguity. Children, what is the meaning of ambiguity here? Now take dictionary and refer. This is a searching homework for you to understand what is ambiguity. Here when you are reading the sentence in this screen, you could have guessed the meaning, but for your clear understanding you have to search the meaning, write it in your rough note, right? Using correct grammar helps to avoid ambiguity. Ambiguity, think of the phrase, let's eat, comma, grandma. See the quotes there and comma in between. Let's eat, comma. So you have a pause over there. So come grandma, we will eat together. That is the meaning here. So forget the comma. Then you say, let's eat grandma. So it seems so ridiculous, isn't it? Seems to be a laughable sentence. You could have mistaken that we all are going to eat grandma. How will you eat grandma? So children, there are lot and lot of difference when one comma has been introduced and one comma has been removed. See the sentence, let's eat comma and grandma, and let's eat grandma. Okay? Although this example is so ridiculous that you probably wouldn't make a mistake in understanding. It does show how lack of correct grammar. If you are not introducing comma over here, then the meaning is totally, completely changing. So all these are the importance of grammar when you are writing and speaking. Children, we are going to learn what? Nouns. So let us introduce What is a noun? So all these you could have learnt in previous sessions, previous standards. From first standard onwards you are learning grammar. Noun. What is a noun? Noun is a name given to a thing, person, object, feeling, etc., etc. Whatever you are naming, that is a noun. Whatever thing you are calling with a name, that things are all called as noun. Example, Ram, man, dog, book, tree, light, love, etc. Everything is considered as noun, right? Next, you are going to learn the types of noun. You could have known proper noun, common noun, collective noun, abstract noun. All these are there in the slide. Today's session, this is what we are going to learn. This is the agenda for this session, right? First is, what noun it is? Proper noun. But here I am going to consider 4 types of noun, but you have so many types of nouns also, right? Kinds of noun here, one extra noun I have given, material noun. That we will discuss later. Then again, I can further clarify that into 10 types, right? Common, proper, countable, uncountable, concrete and abstract, compound and collective. So here, how many types are there? So 8 types are there. It will be extending. It gets in detail when you go beyond, right? Now we will learn only 4 types of noun in this session, and in Saturday's session we will learn the other types. Shall we? First is what noun? Proper noun. First example is, your name itself is a proper noun. You spell out your name, that is a proper noun. A proper noun is a special word that used for a person, place or an organization. Okay. Example, John, name of the person. Mary, name of the person. London, name of a place. France, name of a place. Sony, TV. Sony is also a name of not a place but a thing, TV, right? So a name is a noun, but it is a very special noun. How it is special? You are special to your mother, you are special to your parent, you are special to your family, right? So each and every name, particularly, specifically, if it is mentioned, it is special. Okay, that's why it is called as proper, specific. English grammar gave importance to proper noun, and it has special rules to be followed. Shall we learn the rules? So 2 simple rules alone I am discussing here. Capital letters. Proper noun start with capital letter. First letter should be a capital letter. You should not write your name fully in capital letter. First starting alone should be capital, right? This includes name of people, places, companies, days of the week, months of the year, everything is considered as proper noun. So why it is considered as a proper noun? It is specific for that particular day. Suppose for example today is Wednesday. Wednesday is the name given for this particular day of the week, that is 3rd day of the week or 4th day of the week. You have segregated the name, you have fixed the name, right? So same way months of the year. They like Anthony. Anthony is not the common noun, it's a proper noun. Yes, very good. Not they like Anthony. See here, I just made it in red color. This symbolizes that it is wrong. You have to write A in capital letter, not in small letter. I live in England, E has to be in capital. All these bold capital letters starting words are all proper nouns. She works for Sony company. The last day in January is a Monday. We saw Titanic, movie name, or a ship also, you can consider anything, right? Are you clear with the first rule in proper noun? It has to be in capital letter. First letter has to be capitalized. Understood? Shall I move to the next slide? Okay. Proper nouns without the. We do not use the with the names of people. Very strong rule has to be followed, and most of our children are doing the mistake that call the Sanjay, call the Bharat, all that has to be avoided. Children, not the. You should not use the with the name of people. See, for example, Bill. You should not write the Bill. Bill Clinton, Hillary Gates. So all these are first name and surnames that, for example, I gave you, right? So we do not use the. So you may ask, ma'am, the English club or English club? Yes, definitely it is an English club only, not the English club. The should not be used before proper noun. Renault, Ford, Sony company, General Motors, British Airways, whatever name you are specifically saying, should not use the. If the full name of the company, suppose for example, the name of the company itself is starting with the Post Publishing Public Company Limited. This is the name of the company. Here, the is considered as part of the name, part of the company name, right? It is not the article. So, you can use the in this cases. You understood the difference? The should not be used in front of the proper noun, but if the name of the person, name of the company itself is having the as the first word, then it is allowed. It is a part of the company name and not the article. Shall we move to the next? Next type is common noun. You all know a common noun is used to name general things, places, ideas, events or people. The word general, the word common itself says it is a common noun. It's a general name for a place. For example, park. Okay. Official names or titles such as teacher, boy, girl, clerk, police officer, delivery driver, grandma, cousin, sister, brother, everybody can be called as common noun. Any doubt in common noun and proper noun? Yes. Okay. Next, we'll have a quick recap of what are the types of nouns. Proper noun, common noun, collective noun and abstract noun. So here we completed proper noun and common noun. What is the difference between common noun and proper noun? One difference I will say you, other difference you have to write. One is proper noun has to be capitalized, common noun can be in small letter. Next, what is the next difference? Write any two differences between common noun and proper noun. Okay dear, we will meet in the next slide for abstract and collective noun.